I'm Terri Wisdom, and this is Harlem Network News. And Harlem Network News is a media platform. You can find us on our YouTube channel, all social media, and we are dedicated to assuring that Harlem and the Harlems of the world and the world are informed, engaged, and called to action. And that is a very critical thing because often our stories are not covered by mainstream media, and if they are, we are misrepresented. So we are standing firm to assure that we are informed about we. My guest today um, is just a friend and colleague from a long time and just a major master creator. And that is in the person of Nana Malaya Rucker. And I will let her introduce herself. But we are going to be talking about the Black Theater Festival in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, that is kicking off today. So we're just making sure you'll know. Nana Malaya, please introduce yourself and tell us who you are and whose you are. Thank you.
Blessings, everyone. My name is Nana Malaya, sometimes called the Dancing Diplomat, one who speaks in parables. I'm primarily known as a dancer, is how I came into this world, actress, singer, poet, director, choreographer, cultural ambassador, and one that really supports and lives and teaches through the arts. I'm based in Washington, D.C. I've been a part of Nubian Theater, Dance, and Music Company. I'm one of the artistic directors. And I've been a part of the National, International Black Theater Festival, which takes place every 2 years. And it's based in the fabulous Winston-Salem, North Carolina. And some people say North Kakalaki.
I love it. I love it.
And it's a wonderful place. And I have to tell the story of how it got to be in Winston because that's a part of its legacy. We just had an opening program at Winston-Salem State University, which is one of our supporters, and one of the places where we house a lot of the performances and presentations, as well as Winston-Salem is available to us in ways that are amazing. We have places like the Stevens Center, which is a very historic place in Winston-Salem. We have universities such as Wake Forest, North Carolina for the arts. And all of those places during this time of the year are not very active. So we've been able to utilize all these venues to have performances for an entire week that run from can't see in the morning to you can't see in the morning again.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I'm Terri Wisdom. For those of you who are just joining, and this is Harlem Network News, and I'm here with Nana Malaya Rucker. And I have been to the Black Theater Fest, and it was a long time ago. I was hoping to be able to go this year, but next best thing, I have Nana Malaya here, who's going to share about it. Reverend Rhonda Akanke McLean Noor from Harlem was going to join us, but she's going to keep us updated. She's on Harlem Network News Board. She's one of our correspondents, but we're just trying to make sure that folks know about this festival ahead of time. And as Nana Malaya said, it's for 1 week. So you got time to jump down to Winston-Salem. So share a little bit about the history of the festival. I know you've been with it for a while, but the origins of it, the why, the how, who comes, the kinds of things that happen at this great festival.
Yeah, it's actually amazing. It started in 1989. I'm blessed to have been working with August Wilson since I was 16 years old.
All
And this
right.
is before anybody knew any of our names as well as they do now. Um, August called me and said, we're thinking about doing a theater festival. So I was like, okay. And so, as many brilliant minds got together in terms
And
of,
I'm going to stop you right there because we have intergenerational audience here at Harlem Network News. So we want to make sure everybody knows when you say August Martin, we say August Martin, but some of our younger generation may not really know, like, who is August Martin. We know there's a,
Well, Wilson,
let's go.
yeah.
Yeah, August
So
Martin, sorry, like
August
it.
Wilson, amazingly, is often known in the theater world because he's the creator, writer of the movies and the plays we often hear about, and one of them that is familiar to a lot of folks might be Fences. Fences, as a film and a theater production, starred Denzel Washington. The movie was made for television. It was viewed there, but his shows have been on Broadway and stages around the world since the 1960s. So August Wilson is a who was a young man during the 1960s who, during the Black Arts Movement development time, was creating productions and plays. There were people whose names people may or may not know, such as Richard Wesley, Ed Bullins, Amiri Baraka. These
Yes.
were all emerging people, including Sonia Sanchez and others who were creating works at that time. Well, August Wilson was based in Pittsburgh, PA. My family had moved from New York. My father working for the Amsterdam News, got a
Okay,
job with the Pittsburgh Courier,
bring it. I love it.
and
Whoa.
it's how I got to Pittsburgh, and that is very instrumental because of that, I worked with August Wilson, who now is renowned as a playwright. And we want to not only give him credit, but I want to speak to everyone that's listening. August Wilson got recognized in his latter years as a writer. He had been writing since he was junior high and high school. And he was writing so well that his teachers did not think he was the one doing the writing. And so they were accusing him, of course, of plagiarism, and he, of course, got fed up. Um, but it's one of the reasons why his writing is so profound because he writes stories about the African American experience, and because of that, over time, he's been recognized as one of the great playwrights in the African American community because he writes so much about what we do, what we're about, and even for those who recognize and remember the play Fences, Joe Turner's Come and Gone, The Piano Lesson, Radio Golf. He's done about 10 plays, and he wanted to have one represent the different decades uh, in the world. And it's just been miraculous that his work is recognized. And so now when I see his plays and they're talking about streets like Center Avenue, it's equivalent to hearing about 125th Street in Harlem, for those people that live in Pittsburgh. And now you hear about those streets on every stage around the world. And we're seeing the reflection of our history and the stories, about our lives, through the plays and the productions. And, theater is what wakes people up, but it also shapes people. It also inspires people, but it also informs because it provides a history. Through people's experiences. So much history is represented in the arts. Um, if we go back over time and we go back, of course, if folks don't know about Lorraine Hansberry, they can look her up because people have probably heard about A Raisin in the Sun, which is a very significant play as well. All of these things are very crucial, and our stories come through all of these things. And what's really important about the International Black Theater Festival is the names like the ones I've mentioned are important, but people may or may not remember the bartender from the TV show Love Boat. Now that now is
Going back, going back, going back.
that is another one going back. We're going back to 227. as a
Okay,
TV
go
show.
ahead.
And
Yes.
all of those wonderful Black characters and stories, and of course, in which our characters were very positive and rich, and they were varied, but they also represented a lot of the strengths as well as the challenges living in African American life. And these
Well,
are
thank you. And young people, when you're hearing these things that are being said, all you got to do is Google it or do whatever you do so that you can find out more about it. It's very significant. And even in terms of August Wilson, Joe Turner's Come and Gone. That's on Broadway, right now.
right now,
Right
yes.
now with Taraji and, Cedric.
Cedric the Entertainer.
Yeah, so check it out. These are important things, and I loved. I'm Terri Wisdom. This is Harlem Network News. I'm here with Nana Malaya Rucker. We're talking about the Black Theater Festival that's happening right now in Winston Salem, North Carolina. But Nana Malaya, I love what you said about theater helps us with history, and even what you said about August Wilson, doing plays that represented different decades. This is very, very significant because things and times are moving so fast now. And then you've got generations who don't know about this. And that's why
Absolutely.
a Harlem Network News is very important. And it's why we're interviewing the Nana Malaya to share this history. Who you were saying it got, how did it get started, the festival, and what kinds of things happen at the festival? Who comes to the festival, and where are we this year with the festival?
Well, I have to give Larry Leon Hamlin. He is the person in Winston-Salem who worked at Winston-Salem State. It takes a person to have a vision and say, let me call people together to help initiate and activate this vision. um, his wife Sylvia Sprinkle Hamlin as well. They're very iconic people in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. She was a head librarian in this particular city, and so she was able to put the information out through the library systems. But Larry and his wife, they pulled in different people, including Maya Angelou.
Okay.
So phenomenal woman for folks who are familiar with her name and not necessarily her work. These are all people who, when we also came together, and it's interesting, we tried to set it up in New York because New York is an icon in theater. We
Mhm.
tried to set it up in California. California is known as being an icon primarily in movies. Those venues weren't coming together, and the it wasn't working. God just said, mm-mm, that's not where it's supposed to be. It's
All
supposed
right.
to be in Winston-Salem. And here in Winston-Salem, in North Carolina, we have access to universities, we have access to very high-end theater production venues, we have access to community theater venues, we have access to so many things during this time frame that this not only makes it the place to come, it makes it the place to be. So you have a group of celebrities, which are folks who've been in movies and film. And we have names, including my son, Lamont Rucker, that many people
Okay. I was
recognize
going to
as
say,
Sheriff
fun
Troy.
fact, fun fact, fun fact, in the gene pool, Lamont Rucker, and that is Nana Malaya's son. What? Just say some
Right.
of the things that Lamont has been in so that people get it,
My
and young
biological
people,
son.
a biological
My
son, and young
biological son, not my theater son, the one I had to pant and breathe out along with my other five children. So my children live backstage with me. I danced, I delivered all of them. So they've been exposed to the arts very early. He continued his studies with the Duke Ellington School of the Arts and Carnegie Mellon University. And of course, he's been
people.
able to be developed by folks like Dr. Pernell Lilly in Pittsburgh, as well as our dear beloved Woody King Jr. Out of New York. He's been in Greenleaf. A lot of folks have seen that TV show. He's been
Mhm.
in Why Did I Get Married? 1, 2, and 3, which is
Yes,
coming out
yes, yes.
September.
All right.
Yes, and it's one to be seen. Some of the most favorite of my productions, my favorite that I choose out of Tyler Perry's productions. And also, he's created programs. He was on Meet the Browns, a regular TV show but also he's the producer of Black Hamptons, which shows up on BET Plus and other of the networks. So there's a number of things.
I love
He
that. I
also,
learned something today. I didn't know
yeah,
I'm a producer of Black Hampton.
yeah,
I love it.
hmm
I got a Sag Harbor connection. So yeah.
right, 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 right. And also the other story that relates to this, Who Comes, I've been bringing Lamont to the festival since he was in high school. So he has actually grown up in the festival. Another wonderful young lady, Bianca Laverne Jones, who also is known as an actress and director, she also grew up in this theater festival because Herman Jones, her dad, was some of the iconic folks who also was part of the establishment of this festival, and ended up being here, like I said, because um, it's it's so easy to be here. We've got, like I said, the costs here are phenomenally less than if we were in New York or LA. Um,
Understandable.
right.
Understand.
The accommodations of Southern hospitality, are absolutely great. Um, and so there's a series of folks like Felicia Rashad, Peter, I think Peter pronounces his name Paros, who's known, uh, Angela Robinson, um, uh, some of the elders such as Marla Gibbs.
I
Um,
love
I like to call him the Love Boat bartender.
it.
Um,
Okay.
because that's how most people remember him. But we have folks like Elizabeth Van Dyke from New
Yes.
York,
Yes. Beautiful.
and we've got some of the elders that are here, like Antonio Fargas, that
Woo.
most people would know as Huggy Bear,
All
from
right.
some of
Okay.
the early shows.
Mhm.
But we also have Lavon Johnson, who's a younger theater member, but also because we've been going for over 30 years, these were young people who now are veterans and icons in the business. And not only are they actors, but one thing that makes this somewhat unique is because people you might know in one stream are able to show their skills. So if they're known as, let's say, an actor, then they also become known because you see them directing, you see them writing wonderful productions. Jerome Preston Bates, which of course, Terry, and a great iconic actor. Uh, he's always here doing programs. And again, full blown productions that are done with full sets, highest quality professional. And we also have things like readings where people come in and listen to a production only being read by uh, a combination, which is great, of iconic veteran actors and novices, people who are just coming into the business, or students who are interested, and they're able to mix and mingle, and we blend these personalities together. So it's more like a retreat because in the commercial theater world, there's so many of our stories that are not embraced. I just found out not too long ago that even Coming to America as a movie couldn't be green lighted by the gatekeepers unless they had a white character in the production. It's
Mm.
like if you go back and think about Coming to America, there's no need for a white cast member, but the gatekeepers insisted there be one, and so they integrated one for so many things that happened. So here at the Black Theater Festival, we have control over how we produce, what we produce, when we produce, so people can come in and they can see our stories in their full essences, original productions as well as historic productions.
Okay.
We have workshops. We've got so much stuff going on here, girl. You
I
ain't gonna sleep for a week if you
you,
come.
I love it. I love it. I love it. And once again, we're doing a station break. This is Harlem Network News. We need you to support us. Black Media Matters. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on all social media and donate. You can Zelle us. You can Cash App us. Everything is under Harlem Network News at gmail.com or $ Cash App #1. So I want us to wrap up and wind down because Nana Malaya has a lot of responsibilities that are going to happen. But if you would just give us, I know there are going to be so many performances. It's a who's who and who's going to be who in Black theater. And you know that anytime, just like the Adelco Awards that happen here in New York, and we have lost so many of our icons, but I want to just give a personal shout out to our now ancestor, Woody King Jr., who I had the honor of working with in film.
Yeah,
And he directed a wonderful dinner theater piece that we did that Reggie Wilson starred in, which was Sugar Ray, that we, even as a dinner theater, we received an Adelco for that. Reggie did. So rest in power. I know you're looking over and
it was a great production because it was also done at the theater festival.
yes, yes. So it's
Mhm.
all a blessing. But what's going to happen? What's happening the first day? I believe there's a gala and there's somebody being honored that we know. If you could just share.
So I'm going to try and give a synopsis of a few things that are
Okay,
important. I'm going to
okay.
mention uh, each day we have a big press conference at the two primary hotels where things are based. So people can come in, they can find flyers on different activities, different performances that are happening. We have a gala event, which is on Monday nights, and there are several awards that are given out for again, always lifelong lifetime achievements. We also have productions such as workshops. There's a workshop coming up on Tuesday that's going to be actually a reading in tribute to Woody King.
Oh,
That's
beautiful.
going to have, it's going to be very, very star-studded in terms of who will be presenting. On Wednesday, we have a workshop that I'm honored to be a part of, being produced by Duque Aremu, and it's called Behind the Curtain, Beyond the Curtain, Women in the Arts. And so we've got 12 amazing women, which also includes Lilius White
Oh,
from Harlem,
yes,
um, and myself, and many
yes, yes.
others. Yes. And we are going to be talking about all the different aspects and the places in which we have influenced the arts and where we work in the arts. And that's going to be Wednesday morning at 11 o'clock. And again, that's going to be in the Hearn Ballroom, which is the second floor. The Marriott Hotel is one of the main hotels where everything
Mhm.
is taking place. We have amazing productions. We have a youth celebrity project, which is a project I've been honored to be a host and presenter for. And my role is to be the glue that helps show you who our wonderful icons are who are coming up into the world, our new youth emerging performers. And it's always an amazing showcase. We started out an event that only had 300 to 500 people from Bible schools, dance schools, to then developing it to a 1,500 people a day presentation for the youth so
Woo.
people could see them. And most of the youth, most of them come from different areas in Winston-Salem, but they also might come from other aspects of North Carolina.
Right.
We've seen development of, again, young artists who for the first time have their eyes open and they put their out, and people say, "Well, I need somebody for this role. I need somebody for that role." And these are things that are not already cast, and so these young people have an opportunity to work with the veteran icons. And Hal Williams, who has come at every festival, he played the father in 227, and I want to mention him because he recently has become an ancestor. So people can look him up. 227 is one of those iconic shows. But we
Right.
also have,
Yes. And
of course,
I just want to salute Fred Johnson, who was a childhood friend of mine, and he was one of the head writers and writer producers on 227. That's Fred Johnson. He's from Harlem.
naturally,
All right.
so many icons. And our dear son, Malcolm Jamal Warner, which I consider a godson. Of course, I'm not his birth mom, but he was like a child to me. And of course, we know that he got his recognition playing Theo from The Cosby Show. We have a midnight poetry slam that is one of the baddest poetry slams around. Helena Day Lewis, who folks may not know her name, but she is a iconic poet who's been one of our um, leads in terms of poetry, and she would lead this poetry slam. Malcolm Jamal Warner led this poetry slam. Lamont Rucker led the poetry slam. Wacy has won. So there's so many people have been a part of this program that. We're now celebrating 25 years of the Midnight Poetry Slam. And it's just, again, it's one of those things that just grew. And it started out with, a bunch of poets in a room. And then the room got too small. We had poets sitting on the stage, we had poets sitting outside. And the first time we started doing it, there were so many poets outside, they couldn't get inside. They started their own poetry program outside in the lobby until they could get inside. So it's just things have really reached a crescendo. And again, Larry Leon Hamlin and Sylvia Sprinkle Hamlin are the two primary folks that made sure that it being based in Winston-Salem, it could maintain its standard in Winston-Salem. And we go to places like folks might not know Wake Forest University, but it's predominantly white institution. And those folks see all these beautiful black folks coming in there to see productions. And this is not only the South, but it's an area that is predominantly white in certain terms of commercial theater. And so they see all these beautiful black folks. They're like, sometimes they can't help but have their mouths open, like, who are these people? Who are these wonderful folks coming to see all this wonderful theater? You know, so it's a real good representation of who we are in the world. We've got people with PhD degrees and master's degrees giving presentations on all different aspects of the arts. So when you get a chance, the Youth Celebrity Project, again, is one of the things that we wanted to make sure young people had a place to go, had a place to be seen, had a place to have a showcase. And again, the workshops where people can learn about different things. We do have classes and everything from artistic acting, and I must say, Bianca has led workshops. Lamont, my son, he's led acting workshops. I'm doing a yoga workshop, and I'm going to do a dance and movement African dance workshop. So people can come and get busy in all kinds of ways.
I love it. Is any of the festival, because we're in this world right now, but is any of the festival going to be live streamed? Do we have that accessibility?
Now, I'll be honest, the workshop that I'm doing with Aduka Aremu is scheduled to be live streamed.
Okay.
This is Wednesday morning at
Mm,
10 a.m. And
okay.
I'm not exactly sure what network to find it on.
Okay. Okay.
Um,
So we're
a
gonna
lot
we're
of the productions,
And how can
uh,
folks find out about it? Is there the website? I'm gonna look
the
it up.
best the best thing to look up is I'm going to say International Black Theater Festival 2026. We do this program every 2 years. It is absolutely phenomenal. It is a retreat for those of us in the arts because we get to see each other. Because so often, if we're
It's a
performing,
reunion.
It is a reunion. Yeah, we're touring. We don't get to see each other. Folks from the West Coast, Sacramento, Minnesota, different Colorado, those folks will be coming over to the East Coast. And if we're all touring and performing, we don't actually get to see each other. So it's a really wonderful time. And it's also a time where even the community, we have people that at 2 o'clock in the morning have their babies in strollers coming to see these iconic artists just because they see them on television. They're like, oh, they're accessible to us. We can say hello. We can, and it's really great in that regard as well. And again, if people are interested in the arts, they can come in and volunteer their time. This festival is sponsored, but it is also run by a large group of loving volunteers who live here in the area of Winston-Salem or in North Carolina and or other places throughout the diaspora that come in because a lot of our services, including some of mine, are voluntarily given so that we can make sure these things continue to flourish in our communities and around the world.
Okay, well, thank you, Nana Malaya, so much for sharing. And I just looked it up because we can do that. And yes, you can go to the International Black Theater Festival 2026, and it'll tell you more about it. If you're able to pivot and go on down, do so. And we're going to look
Come on
for,
down because there's so many things for them to do. Whether you've got big pockets, small pockets, it is accessible and it is affordable. And just being a part of the theater environment, being in the lobby of the hotels, being in the convention center, you'll be able to come in contact with, so many people. Why can't I think of her name? The place Selma on Good Times. Selma is always
oh,
having a booth available for people to come in and say hello and talk to her and take pictures. We've got a wonderful venue for vendors. Ooh, child. Now that's where you might
okay,
need to hold on to your purse. But
okay.
we've got some beautiful artists and vendors available for people as well. So it's really an international colloquium.
Thank you. I love it. And I'm not able to be there personally, but Reverend Rhonda Akanke, who is on our board and our correspondent, will be on the scene. We're going to look for live stream, and if we're able to share it with our Harlem Network News audience, we definitely will be doing so. We want to say kudos to Liz Van Dyke. I know she's receiving an award. So
Absolutely.
Jr. at the gala this Monday evening. And I know, Nana Malaya, I believe that you're receiving an award also. I'm not sure which award it is, but I know you're being awarded. So, and I hope it's not a surprise that I blew. But you are deserving, and we're just grateful to be able to share this information. This is the kind of work that Harlem Network News does. We do need your support, so please do that. If you have stories that we don't know about, that you feel the community needs to know about, please reach out to us. You can reach out to us directly at 646-261-5397, harlemnetworknews.org, which is in further development. And you can always reach us at harlemnetworknews at gmail.com. And I'll say, like my counterpart, Roland Martin says, bring your eyeballs home. And this ain't free. So come on down, come on round. Thank you,
Thank you
Nana.
so much, Terry.
Okay,
We
get
need
some
your
rest, get some
support.
rest. And how can they get in touch with you directly for some of the initiatives that you're doing? What's the best way to reach out
I'd
to
say the best way to reach me, truthfully, I would say is first through my Facebook page, which is under Nana, Nana, then Malaya, Malaya. But it has my full name. You'll see my iconic picture, which is Rucker O Parabia.
you? All
And
right.
you'll be able to find me. That's probably the best place to find me there. Also known as your dancing diplomat, also known as Queen Mother, Mama Ntunde. So I'm here to accommodate being ambassador for our arts and culture.
Okay, and thank you so much for all that you do continue to do. And here at Harlem Network News, we also co-host a series on gun violence with WBAI, and that's every Tuesday morning, 7 to 8 a.m. And that is live. And for me, you know, I lost my son to gun violence. I know Nana Malaya also. And so we have to do this work to turn the pain into purpose. So
That's
we want
right.
to leave with that because this is a part of the work, a part of the journey. And both our sons were in the arts as well. So it's a part of that journey. So we want to salute and just keep their names and lives alive.
Right, and arts is a very healing space. So, so many things happen to make you feel better from seeing, even people participating, singing, dancing. We've got iconic productions that show our musical history, whether it's folks like Marvin Gaye or others. So, there's so much here, and people's experiences. They can see them and feel the healing through their experiences that they can relate to themselves. So yeah, it's definitely
So
important. So
thank you
come
for
on
that.
down, y'all.
Yes, yes. And that just came out. So Ali and Malaya's son, we right here. Mothers
Hmm.
on making it happen.
Right.
You and you all are remembered. You live through us.
Making it happen. And everything we do is also recognizing all the ancestors for
Mhm.
whom we represent. Because if it wasn't for us, they say that right now, just in the last 500 years, it took 4,000 ancestors to make me, and 4,000 ancestors to make you, and 4,000 ancestors, each one of you all listening. So just think what family and what development, what influence, what teachers, what motivators we've had in our lives that are here. You know, the new term is influencers. So we're influencers in this world, and we want to make sure our influence is positive, powerful, and productive. So,
What a note to end on. We're influencers.
hmm.
That's for real. So thank you so much. And Harlem Network News is right here. And get on down to that National Black Theater Fest. And if you can't get there, we're going to keep you updated on it. And you can also support the festival in any way that you can, because we have to keep our institutions going. And this is legacy. So thank you. All right. Get some rest, my dear. Okay.
Okay. All right. I'll talk to you so we can have maybe
Okay.
a couple times in the week that we
Okay,
recognize
absolutely,
to
absolutely,
update. Okay.
absolutely. Stay black and stay beautiful.
Okay. All right, everybody.
Conscious and
God
cultural.
bless.
All right, blessings. Thank you.